Okay, for our scale this week, we are going to work on speeding up the tempo. Because you might have noticed if you listen to the play-along track for Power Rock, it's really fast. When the click track goes at the beginning of the song, it's actually only clicking on beats 1 and 3. So the beat for the song itself is actually quarter note equals 164. That's like faster than we've ever played anything before. Try to tap your foot to this beat right now. You might notice your calf muscle or the muscle in the front of your leg is starting to cramp up, right? So when a song is this fast, we don't need to tap our foot on every beat. We should tap our foot on the first and third beat. So like this, 1, 2, 3, 4. So tap your foot like this, 2, 3, 4. That's much better, right? Which means the beat in your head is still 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. As the conductor, I could do it either way. I could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. But in actuality, that's a lot of conducting. So I'd go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So when you hear those clicks, which is only probably at half the speed, when we think in our head, ta, 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 rest, ta, 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 rest, ta, 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 okay? You are more than welcome to tap your foot on every beat, but I'm giving you an alternative so that your foot doesn't cramp up in the middle of the song. If you have a whole rest, which a lot of you do, you have a whole measure with nothing in it, some people are counting the rest too long. They're counting 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So if your foot is only tapping on every other click, in your head you have to be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4. So I'll give you an example of that in your own music when we get there. But for our scale today, we're gonna work on playing at this speed. So our rhythm's gonna be 1, 2, rest, 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 rest. Okay, on our minor scale, right, we're still in the key of minor, whether you're in C minor or G minor. You do not need to tap your foot on every beat. You could be like tap, tap, ta, ta, rest, rest, ta, ta, rest, rest, ta, ta, okay? That's the idea of it. I am going to put the metronome on so we can hear all the beats, and we'll go forwards and backwards on your minor scale. So get your foot tapping either at 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, or your foot's going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do it. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. Rest, 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 rest. Backwards. Okay, I picked that rhythm because it's the rock you. It's the rhythm of the words. For we will, are half notes. We will rock you. The words rock you are on quarter notes. So that could help us. Let's try one more time. Same thing. Bell players, you see I'm doing it in octaves. If you'd like to do that, that's fine. If you want to just do 1 octave, that's fine too. Okay? Wind players, if you can do this in 1 or 2 breaths, that would be great. Because remember, you don't have to take your mouth off. If you're not out of air, ta, 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 ta. Don't take a breath unless you're totally out, and see if you can do maybe all the way up to the highest note in one breath and then on the way down in another. I don't know. We'll try it again. Here we go. Same thing. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. Backwards. Okay, if you want to get really crazy, that's your minor scale, quarter note equals 164. If you want to try that, that's fine. If you have a part in your like on your actual Power Rock paper, we're going to go over that in the next part of this video. So once you're done practicing your scale, you can go on. We will be going on together. Okay, we're going to review the parts of Power Rock that we've already done before we go on to something new. And you noticed in our scale that we're trying to make it a little bit faster because the play-along track is a good bit faster than we're going right now, and that's okay. Part of learning a song is learning it slow at first and then gradually speeding up once your fingers know what they're doing. So we're going to start at measure 5. And actually, before we start at measure 5, we need to talk about what happens in 1, 2, 3, and 4. I know some of you guys were doing the rests in your video, which is good, except we need to talk about how to count the rests. So remember, in kind of like what we were talking about with the scale, the beat in this song is pretty fast. Okay, so I'm going to get my metronome back up and running. Okay, and even though the beat's fast, you might not be tapping your foot fast because it's really fast. So if we know at the beginning it goes stomp, stomp, clap, you don't have that, right? You're resting, but the beat to that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2. So literally in your head, that's the beat. If you don't want to tap your foot that fast, you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3. Okay, but in any event, you got to count those rests. You're going to hear stomp, stomp, clap on the recording 4 times. Okay, so let's do that. We're going to start at measure 1. I'll say the stomp, stomp, clap that the other instruments do, and then we're going to play at measure 5 all the way to 21. Okay, let me see if I can get us a beat here. My concern is that not with the We Will Rock You, right? We Will Rock You is easy to play. Dun, 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 dun. It's the next part at 13. C, D, D, D. So that's too fast, right, for now. So now we're at 92, which makes the We Will Rock You seem kind of slow, but that's okay. So let's start at measure 1, which is the first measure, and we will stop when we get to 21. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, count. Stomp, stomp, clap, measure 2, clap, measure 3, measure 4, 2, ready, play. 3, 4, ready, go, measure 9. 3, 4, 13, ready, go. And that gets us to 21, okay? So if that was still a little bit too fast for you, then pause the video, play it a couple times by yourself, okay, and then try to do it again. We're going to start at 21. Now 21 has the same rhythm as measure 5, right? So it's still half note, half note, half note, half note, quarter, quarter, except you're not playing the same notes. So let's say the notes at 21. 1, 2, say the notes. A, G, F, E, F, F, 3, 4, 1, 2, 25. A, G, F, E, F, F. So that's We Will Rock You, but you're doing a high harmony. If any of you were in chorus last year, you'll know that sometimes you sing the same words but not the same notes. It's the same thing in full band all the time. That's why everyone has their own special paper. The clarinet, flutes, and everybody else actually is playing We Will Rock You. And you guys are playing We Will Rock You. And it sounds really cool together. So let's give that a try. Start at 21 and stop at 20 after you play the F, F, and 27. Okay, here we go. 21. Up on the A. Now this is really important that it sounds like A and not E. We don't want E. We need A, G, F, E, F, F. So smile it up. Here we go. 1, 2, 21. 3, 4, go to 25 now. Keep counting. 4, 28, 2, 3, 4, 29, 2, 3, 4, 30, 2, 3, 4, 31, 2, 3, 4, 32, 2, 3. Good. Now, you'll notice at 29, there's a square. It says in quotations, another one bites the dust. Why? Because we're changing songs in the middle of the song to another one bites the dust. I found a copy of this music, which is what you're looking at. Someone has already written in what I would have told you to write in. There's a trombone solo. So on the recording, you'll hear the trombones go D, 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 rest, rest, rest. D, D, F, D, G. And then look what you play at 33. You echo them. So let's say the notes from 33 to 37. Here we go. 1, 2, say the notes. D, rest, D, rest, D, rest, rest, rest. D, D, F, D, G. I actually think this is my favorite part of the song to play on trumpet. The fingers are cool. You get to rock out a little bit. Let's start right at 33. And remember, if you're playing a bunch of D's in the row, you don't have to pick your fingers up and down, right? Just D, 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 rest, rest, rest. D, D, F, D, G. Let's try it. 33, stopping at 37. 1, 2, ready, go. Rest, rest, rest. Cool. All right, so I think we can keep going because there's a lot of rest and not a lot of playing. Our goal is to get to 45 today. Okay, so somebody's already written in the notes. That is not my handwriting, but the notes are correct. So let's say the notes at 37. It's a lot of D because we are in the key of D minor, right? So let's say the notes at 37. 1, 2, say the notes. D, 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 F, D, D, A, 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 G, rest, rest, rest. D, 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 F, D, D, A, 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 G. Cool. Remember, this is a rock song, so we want to make sure there's no slurring, right? I don't see any curvy lines anywhere in this song. Every note gets a very hard T sound, okay? Because it's a rock song and that's the style of it. So let's try at 37. Here we go. 1, 2, start with D. Go back to D. Cool. So I'm going to do with you right now what your assignment's going to be. You can try to record it along with me, but I think that's almost impossible to do in Canvas. If you can figure out a way to have the YouTube tab open in another tab and you want to record along with me, have it queued up, that's fine. But I want you to see what it's like to do all the rest, because I think most people will be like, I'm just going to skip the rest. But you can't, because on other people's music, they're playing. Okay, so we're going to go, your homework's going to start at 21, and it's going to go all the way to 45. So let's start at 21 right now on the A. If you hear me saying measure numbers, you can do that too, okay? Maybe not for the final recording that we're going to use for the video, but for now, please count out loud. I mean, it's just you and me, and that makes sure you're not in the wrong spot, okay? Here we go, 21. When we're not playing, I'll say rest or say the measure numbers, okay? Here we go, 21 on an A, square 21. The square is above it and the little number is under it, so it's in between the two numbers, okay? Here we go, 21, 1, 2, ready, play. 3, 4, 24, 2, 25, go. 3, 4, 28, 2, trombone solo. 29, 2, 3, 4, 32, 3, 4, 31, 2, 3, 4, 32. You play on G. 2, 3, 4. 37 now. Go back to D. 2, 3, 45. Okay, another trick to recording, if you want to record along with me, with my video, if you put headphones in, so that the computer doesn't pick up me playing, it only picks up you playing, that would be even better, because that's how we're going to record our real video, okay? So if you want to, for fun, go back to measure 1 and play all the way to 25 or 45, that's fine. But for our homework, we're only doing 21 to 45 so that we make sure we get these new parts correct, all right? I can't wait to hear your videos. Remember, they're due on Friday now. Due on Friday.